Given the choice, which one of these two options would you pick? Option 1, a double cheeseburger for $2.59, or option 2, for the most incredible, mouth-watering cheeseburger of your entire life, including only grass-fed beef, raised on premium pastures, gooey, perfectly melted cheese, and our secret award-winning spice blend, whose flavor profile has been perfected and passed down through generations. Our double cheeseburger is packed with all the finest ingredients that will satisfy your hunger, your taste buds, and your soul. It's only $12, and if you aren't 100% satisfied with the burger after you're done eating it, just let us know and we'll give you a 100% refund. Now, even though option 2 is 4 times more expensive than option 1, I bet you picked option 2. But why? Because most people determine their prices by taking a look at their competitors and trying to provide a little bit more for a little bit less. But this is a losing pricing strategy, and it's a race to the bottom, because what the burger example shows us is that while price can make or break a sale in rare situations, it's a lot more likely for a sale to be won by the business with the superior proposition. So today I'm going to show you 5 different propositions that you can use to enhance the value of your offer, attract more customers, and then close them at higher prices. And you're going to want to stay to the end because the last one is probably one that you've never considered before. But real quick, before we dive in, my name is Sky, like the big blue sky, and I put a lot of work into making these videos for you guys. So if you get value out of this video, or if you've gotten value out of any of my videos in the past and you haven't subscribed yet, please go ahead and hit the like and subscribe button below. It helps the channel out a lot and it makes sure that I can continue making these videos for you guys. But without further ado, let's jump in. Proposition number 1 is the unique selling proposition. You go about developing your USP by answering the question, why should my prospect choose to do business with me versus any other option on the market? So these are typically unique features or characteristics of a product or service. And in the burger example that we just looked at, the unique feature was the secret award-winning spice blend that's been passed down through the generation, right? So I can't get this spice blend anywhere else. It's only at this one place that's selling this burger. And the flavor profile has been perfected over generations, which is a huge benefit to me when I buy the burger, because anything that's been perfected for that long and it's award-winning is probably going to be really good and add a lot of flavor to the burger. So a good USP is going to clearly communicate the benefits that it brings to your product or service, and ideally it's going to help make your prospect less concerned with price. Now, proposition number 2 is the unique value proposition. And this one goes beyond the unique features or characteristics of a product or service, and it really emphasizes the benefits or the value that it brings to the customer. So this is typically a business model decision that serves as the core strategy a company uses to separate itself from its competition. But if you're like kind of scratching your head and you're like, how do I distinguish between the unique selling proposition and the unique value proposition? The way that I think about it that's kind of helped me draw this line between the two is that the unique selling proposition is typically much more product focused. So it revolves around product features, innovation, or a specific aspect of the product or service that gives it a competitive edge. So the secret spice blend, it was focused on the burger or the product, whereas a unique value proposition is often much more customer centric, focused on what the customer gets as a benefit out of choosing your product. So an example of a unique value proposition would be like energy efficient windows that pay for themselves by lowering your electric bill. So the emphasis is on what the customer gains by choosing to buy those windows instead of any other set of windows. And the best value propositions are often going to make price a non-issue, or for the product to pay for itself. Your goal is just to make a believable case of value far in excess of price. Proposition number 3 is the irresistible offer. And this is the proposition that's been popularized most recently by Alex Hormozy. But it's actually not a new concept, and it's something that's been used by expert marketers for decades. And it's impossible for me to go super deep on this topic just in this video here, but the simple question that you want to ask yourself to try and figure out what an irresistible offer could be for your business is, what will my customers find irresistible? So what are some examples? First one is Alex Hormozy's $100 Million Offers book. We gave the book and all of the content associated with the book away for free. And it wasn't just sucky fluff content, it was content that people would normally charge thousands of dollars for. And he knew his customers well enough to know that they would find that offer valuable, and then he made it irresistible by making it absolutely free. So he knew that they would have no other barriers to consuming and using his offer. Now, I know not everyone can do something like that, and Alex didn't just give all of that content away because he's altruistic. He knew that it would bring in a ton of leads for his main offer that he makes money from at acquisition.com. But another example of an irresistible offer is actually from Dan Kennedy when he was helping to sell conference tickets to doctors. And what he did is he offered free lodging and free airfare as an incentive to the doctors to buy tickets to the conference. And what's even more interesting about this example in specific is that when they ran split tests on this offer, they found that it was more persuasive to position the offer with free airfare and lodging than it was to position the offer as a discounted offer of an equal value. So it just proves that you really need to understand and know your customer, not just to craft the offer, but also to figure out how do you position and communicate about that offer. But either way, a complete irresistible offer will typically contain 4 elements. 1 is a discount, 2 is premiums or bonuses, 3 is an incentive for fast response, and then 4 is a penalty for a response after a certain deadline. Now, proposition number 4 is the unique safety proposition. Now, this one usually revolves around guarantees, warranties, and risk reversals. And this is probably one of the most common propositions that you've seen, especially in your Facebook feed over the past few years. It's the I'll get you 1 million leads or you don't pay type of offer. So this proposition is super effective, and it can be used by pretty much anyone regardless of what stage they are in business, and it can be especially useful when you're just getting started and you don't have any proof, and you can de-risk the purchase from the perspective of your prospect. But that being said, this type of offer is actually most effective when it can be supported statistically by your years in business, the number of customers you've worked with, testimonials, and social proof. Finally, proposition number 5 is the unique experience proposition. And this one goes beyond highlighting specific features or benefits because it centers around creating an exceptional and differentiated experience that customers can only get from a certain product, service, or brand. And actually one of the most well-known companies that uses this is Disneyland, right? If you remember back, their tagline or their slogan is the happiest place on earth. Even though they've got roller coasters and restaurants and all these specific shows that they could choose to focus on and advertise, instead they focus on promoting and advertising the unique experience that they can only provide, where you can just be immersed in these fantasy and fantastic worlds. So okay, now that we've covered all 5, how do you know which one to use for your business that's gonna enhance the value of your offer? It's gonna attract more customers and allow you to close them at higher prices. The answer actually isn't that you're gonna pick just one. It's much more likely that you're gonna build some type of hybrid where you're gonna be combining all or a combination that makes the most sense for you and your customers. But either way, the mindset shift that you wanna take when you start thinking about advertising is that instead of just trying to advertise the existence of your business and the benefits that you think you provide to the market, think in terms of making propositions, right? Because let's say you're an agency, whether it's you do SEO or TikTok ads or whatever it is that your agency does, when you just advertise and simply try to sell your agency as a service, what ends up happening is that you fall into the sea of commoditization and apples to apples comparison. And this is how you get beat up on price and you struggle with low conversion rates all throughout the sales process. So instead of thinking, I'm in the agency business and how can I promote myself, think, I'm in the business of making propositions, and then use these 5 propositions as your tools to stack value far in excess of price and differentiate yourself from all the other agencies out there on the market. But that's all I got for you today. If you found this topic interesting, I recommend checking out Dan Kennedy's book. It is the No BS Price Strategy, the ultimate no holds barred, kick butt, take no prisoners guide to profits, power, and prosperity. It's a funky name, but it's a really great read. 99% of the stuff that I put together for this video for you guys is from just one chapter in that book, and the whole thing is just filled with tons and tons and tons of valuable information, so I definitely recommend checking it out. And I hope you found this video valuable. If you did, please hit the like and subscribe button below so I can continue to put together videos like this for you guys. And other than that, I wish you the best of luck, and I will see you on the next video.